confident friends, how are you? Hope that you're doing well. Another beautiful morning, frosty morning actually. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I'm walking along in my thoughts, having a little chat, and whilst I'm teaching people, there are things that I learn about myself also as I'm teaching different areas, and every time I teach, there's always something new. And the one thing that I want to share with you today is a topic I was talking about, which is called soul fragmentation, which basically means that you can lose a part of yourself. And there's multiple different ways that you can do that. As I was discussing this with a one-to-one mentor student recently, she was asking me examples, and so I shared with her an example of a time where I had some different types of soul fragmentation going on within me. So the first thing was I just had a miscarriage, and I so desperately wanted a baby, and I was so happy, but I knew it wasn't the right time. I was in a relationship with somebody that it definitely wasn't right. They were controlling due to trauma they'd had. They weren't an honest person, and it was a definite learning curve in boundaries and relationship. But it was a time in my life where everyone else was moving on, and I felt really stuck, and I didn't know why. Had a great job, had wonderful family, lots of friends, but I was transitioning out of that point in my life where I wanted it to be all social and fun, and I wanted to start settling down because that's what everyone else around me was doing. But it obviously wasn't the right time for me, and as obviously with my pregnancy didn't develop, and as mentioned, I ended up having a miscarriage, which really felt like a part of me had been taken away. It was really kind of difficult, and also, like I said, I wasn't really in a happy relationship, and because the relationship wasn't happy, there was other things around me that was falling apart. So I felt like somebody was taking part of me as well, as in the person was trying to control me, and was taking part of me. And so it was quite a difficult point. And as with most people, you kind of just go on and start using different dealing mechanisms, like going to the gym and completely changing the way that you are as a person, as in, losing lots of weight, and almost self-torturing yourself with that because you feel that's something you can control, and drinking a lot to numb things, because when I would be sat there, I didn't really want to think about these things. I wanted everything in my life to just be flowing and beautiful, like everybody else looked like they were, and I was kind of losing myself. But thankfully, there was a transition phase for me, and I was able to awaken. Just like one day, it was very, very odd. One day, it was just like a light bulb switched on, and I sat there and said, I don't want this anymore. This isn't my path. And the fear of being alone, the fear of never having a family, I pulled all that back because I felt in myself that I would much prefer to learn to be alone and be happy than to be a part of something and be very unhappy. And this is no disrespect to the person I was with at the time, because I'm sure that it wasn't perfect for him either. I definitely wasn't the perfect thing for him either, but he wanted to try and hold on to me. And it was something that wasn't in alignment. And each of us were making negative connections to each other. And each of us was trying to give bits of ourselves that we just weren't, because we weren't the people each other needed to be. And obviously the soul that was meant to come through knew that, and knew that it wasn't maybe a contract they wanted to sign into. And now, when then I met the right person, what a difference that was. What a difference, just energy just flowed, everything just fell into place. It just was as it needed to be. And so I suppose what I'm trying to say is that sometimes we have to go through these experiences to appreciate when something's not right, but something that will be right. We have to let go of things within ourselves so that we can make space for other things to come through and to come in. We have to call our power back, because sometimes people or things or people take our power, or we give our power freely because we want something to work so badly. And to acknowledge that if something is really hard and you're trying so hard, that maybe it's not right and it's not in flow and in alignment with you. And when it is right, it should be easy and it should flow. So I hope this resonates and helps somebody, because Spirit has been asking me for a little while to share if I felt comfortable with it. And obviously it's quite something that, you want to be able to share, but it's going out there and putting yourself out and talking about these things. But I think it's important that we do share, and that other people may benefit from our experiences. Anyway, wishing you a wonderful Sunday and sending you lots of blessings. Blessings be.